started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, 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 my loves. We are live. This is All Things Self Mastery Podcast. I am your host, educator, and mentor, Venus Scott. I am also a best-selling self-published author. The last book I published is Attracting What and Who You Desire. And so every once a week, once or twice a week, I come before live and we give a master lesson, typically on Saturdays. But this evening, we're going to be talking about, do you know why you're not making money, why you're not finding love, why you're not elevating, why you're not growing your business, especially when you have invested your time, your money, your energy, all of these different things, all to get no resolve and no results. So if you are new to me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the follow button. It is absolutely free. And make sure you don't be shy. Say, hey, love, hey, I won't bite you, right? It's all about giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And so whenever you get an opportunity to do something small, it makes a huge impact in your life. And so welcome, welcome to my YT family. We are now streaming live. Welcome to my Facebook family. We are now streaming live. And of course, welcome, welcome, welcome in my TikTok family. We are streaming live. So you all see the prompt. You all see the prompt. And if you see me looking this way, that way, or that way, hi, Shadow. Hi, hi, Love. Thank you so much for pulling up. If you see me looking in various directions, it is because I am streaming on multiple platforms. And while I am teaching, sometimes I kind of stray and I get into the zone. And, as we're discussing things and I flow where the spirit and the energy and the current is taking me. that was a little nugget, right? I am also going to make sure I am paying attention to you and your comments. So be sure to have a little bit of patience with me. If you ask a question, you are more than welcome to feel free, and I will definitely answer it as I see them. So do you know why? Put in the comments. Now, also, this is not a monologue. This is not a dictatorship. Okay. I'm not into politics. Right. This is so we can all grow, so we can elevate. This podcast, All Things Self Mastery, is to share information, is to share experiences, right? All to elevate our perspectives, right? Because the more perspectives you have, the higher the advantage point, right? So you can see the overall picture. So you can see your way in through and out the mazes of life, which a lot of us are stuck in the maze. And I am here to share with you my 15 plus years of experience in teaching and training and educating and mentoring men and women so they can what? Learn how to master self, therefore mastering their reality, therefore putting themselves in energetic alignment to attract what and who they desire. Because why else are we sharing an information? Why else are we having conversations? Hi, Star. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Today is absolutely phenomenal, right? So if you have any questions, let us know. Why is this topic so important? Why is the conversations that are centered around money, right? If you think about it, a lot of the conversations, a lot of the polarized conversations. Thank you so much, whoever just hit that heart. Give me some hearts on YT. Thank you so much. Infinite gratitude, right? Just look at it, right? And so what I think it should be about is solutions, right? It should be about the solutions, right? Because we've been talking about infinite gratitude. Thank you so much for joining the team. Hey, another team member in all things self mastery. That's what's up. Thank you so very much, right? So when it comes to all of the friction, all of the arguments, when it comes to the top I would say the top 3, top 5 conversations that are circulating around money, around wealth, around love, around sex, around relationships, around legacy building, around femininity, around masculinity, and all of the warring, right? What I've learned is that we're all having these conversations is because whether we verbalize it or not, we really just want some solutions that actually work. We really want to get to the results, right, that we want, right? And so no matter what it is you desire, right, whether it's the money, whether it's the love, romantic love, whether it's forging healthy relationships, whether it's gaining more awareness about things, whether it's having more peace and more clarity, that's one of the number things, that's one of the things that is on that top list now. A lot of people are not even saying, I want money, I want the wealth, I want the man or the woman, I want the relationships. A lot of us are now knowing that your peace of mind is so much more invaluable than the money, than the relationships, than all of these different things. And so, along with the subjects that we're having conversations, peace is also in there. So no matter what it is, peace, money, wealth, legacy, romantic relationships, forging healthy relationships, learning how to do whatever it is, growing your business, scaling your business, marketing, elevating in your career, building whatever it is, guess what? Guess what? All of those things is under. Guess what umbrella all of those things fall under? Let me I want y'all to put that in the comment section, because this is also, we can be educated, right? What do you think all of those, what do you think is the umbrella for all of those things? Get into all of those things, manifesting all of those things, attracting all of those things. Mudal, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude for joining us, right? What is over the umbrella? What is the catalyst to all of those things? And I often say, you cannot expect to yield. Infinite gratitude for the gift, Kanjit. You cannot expect to put yourself in position, right, to attract, manifest whatever it is, unless you understand fundamental principles in which I come before you and I teach you all the time, right? Infinite gratitude, my love. Just look at the results, right? Because the receipts of our reality aren't lying, right? Just look at the results. Infinite gratitude, Kanja. Thank you so very much. Just discipline. Yes, Tiny, I see you. Discipline. Yes, yes. What else is under? What else is over? What else is the umbrella that all of those things fall into? Because I know I'm dealing with intelligent individuals. Hi, Kitty. How are you, my love? Peace, peace, peace. How are you? I hope one of my mods is in here. Thank you, Shadow, for sharing the live. Infinite gratitude. If you all can help me mod those who are mods, please help me in the con. Because listen, we do this together. It's teamwork. Okay, I don't do this by myself. We do this together. So willing, yep, willingness. I see it. Willingness, right? And so, in order to break anything, break a chain, break an emotional addiction, break a bondage, is in order for you to heal, in order for you to elevate, in order for you to change your behavior patterns, right? Guess what we need? Information. And so you know what all of those things fall under, whether you want the money, the wealth, etc., the love, the husband, the wife, it's beautiful. All of those things fall under what? This is what I teach. It's in the description. Hint, hint, hint. It's in the description. 2 words. Starts the 2 words. 2 words. 2 words. I'm looking for 2 words. There will you be in a few years if you start now. Ashe, I love that. You need to see the value in what you're doing. Ashe. I'm glad you're doing good, Kitty. It's so nice to have you here, right? So what do all of those things fall into? What is the catalyst for all of those things, no matter what it is? And Janet. Ding, ding, ding. Listen, let everybody celebrate. All of the answers was phenomenal, but self-mastery is what I was looking for. Hence, it is in what I teach. All things mastery. This is All Things Mastery podcast. And in all my years, as I was developing the principles and the practices that I've developed, the strategies, proven, indisputable strategies that I've developed in companion with all the different things that I've been studying: psychology, chemistry, spirituality, right? Quantum physics, quantum mechanics, genetics, epigenetics, right? Money, all of these, frequency, energy, cymatics, right? All of these different things, sounds, all of these different things that have everything to do with you. Self mastery is at the pinnacle. And so, when on my journey, while pulling together, right, I'm like, you know what, Venus, what's most important in all of these things? Because we have a lot, and respectfully, anyone who is in their lane teaching certain things, like you have some mentors, some psychologists, some coaches, you have some educators that are specifically teaching about money, that are specifically teaching about marketing, that is specifically speaking about monetization, social media, that is specifically speaking about femininity or masculinity, that are specifically educating and teaching about all of these subsidy areas. However, one of the things that I've come to know by my observation is that simply learning about those particular things and only focusing on those particular things is not yielding us the results that we need. Hence, if you want to know the clear indication of why I'm saying what I'm saying, is because look at the results. How many years and decades have we been speaking about racism? How many years and decades we've been speaking about standing up for justice? How many years we have been speaking up about dysfunctional systematic systems that have been designed and put in place for our demise, right? To keep us stuck. How many years have we been marching? How many years have we been talking about money and marketing? How many years and decades have we been teaching about all of these things in these subsidy areas, right? How many years have we been talking about this? Guess what? Why is it still a very small percentage of us who is actually getting the results that we actually need? When there is no real difference between the person or persons that is living a absolute best life than the person or persons that are not living their best life, right? What's the common denominator? And so, through my years of mentoring, right, I decided not to just specifically teach about relationships, about femininity, about emotional intelligence, about energy, about frequency, about universal laws and principles, about elevating, about spirituality, about consciousness, all of these different things. You want to know why? Because until you learn the fundamental governing principles of the things that I teach, all of your learning, all of your investments, all of your quote unquote time and energy is really a waste, because it's not getting you the results that you need. I mean, am I the only one who have came to this realization? Love you. Yes, it's been a long time. How are you and how are your family, George? Right? I mean, put in the comments. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who think a lot of us are insane? Am I the only one who am witnessing us destructing, us devolving more than we are evolving? Am I the only one? Put in the comment section, because I know I'm not talking to myself, even though I'm talking to myself, because we are one. You are me, I am you, we are we, right? So I know I'm not talking. Janet, yes, you're so right. We're working backwards. Ashe, infinite gratitude, right? However, I know a lot of us want different. I do know that. Yes. Is there always exceptions to every rule? Absolutely. Is there always exceptions to principles? Absolutely. Is there always going to be variables? Absolutely. However, even when it comes to sharing truths, indisputable facts, knowledge, wisdom, right? Um, even when it comes to uh and I speak in a polar sense. I always speak from a dual sense, even when it comes to that, right? We perish for the lack of knowledge. A lot of us want better. However, the the outcome and the reality from a lot of people is proving right before our eyes is proven that we do not yet, and I say yet, heavy emphasis on the yet, understand the deeper reasons as to why we're not getting the results. We're not yet understanding why are so many of us heavily depressed. Why are so many of us suicidal? Just put an S on the front of that. Why are so many of us mentally distorted? Why are so many of us not connecting with our soulmates, life partners, twin flames, whatever you want to call it, right? Finding our husbands, finding our wives, right? Forging healthy relationships, elevating, gaining knowledge, growing the business, whatever it is that you wish, want, or desire, which is all possible. There is still things, fundamental principles, fundamental practices, fundamental knowledge as to why we're not getting there. And let me tell you something. We continue. I'm literally witnessing this. A lot of us witnessing. How many of y'all have invested in coaches, courses, therapists, fast track this, accelerate this? I'm going to show you how to attract and the. How many of you have invested in any of these things? Only to be not where you want to be now. I have. I have. Peace, love. Hi, Kiyosha. How are you, my love? It's been a minute. How many of us? How many of us? Right? Just look at the amount of us, especially us melanated beings, us carbonated beings. Look at look at how we're arguing with one another. Look at how we're shaming one another. Look at how we're fussing back and forth with one another. Look how we're crucifying one another. Look how we're still blaming on another for what we're doing and what we're not doing. And we're on this repetitive dysfunctional cycle. So we're not really having a deeper understanding as to why the depression is now overwhelming, why the anxiety now is overwhelming, why the suicidal thoughts now is overwhelming at an all-time high. Why are so many of us in this dysfunctional displacement place? Why? Right? It is time out for us just speaking about surface level shit. I mean, let's be honest. There are, and this is why you need to learn these things for yourself. This is one of the reasons why I'm passionate about sharing these things, because simply just touching the surface is yielding you the results that you do not want. Not only that, there are certain things that I'm going to continually repeat until some of y'all get it into your mind, soul, and spirits, until it hurts you enough to cause you to start taking one step after another in the right direction. When I say right, I mean righteous direction, on the paths that you're supposed to take as living, breathing, infinite organisms. One of our primary functions is to do what? Elevate, expand, grow, mature, evolve. And if we are not doing that, guess what? Because you're either doing one or the other. There's no such thing as things remaining the same. That's the deception and that's the illusion. Right? So if we are not growing, if we're not evolving, if we're not elevating, we are self-destructing. And if you do not comprehend that, look at the state of a lot of us. Think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. Kiyosha says the subconscious mind is something that needs to be worked on daily. Ashe, daily. And self mastery, and that is also a part of self mastery. And I know, don't get me wrong. Let me just say this, my loves. Let me just say this. I do understand that there's an overwhelming amount of coaches, teachers, mentors. There's nothing we can do about that, right? And we should, and so I understand that there's an overwhelming amount of information that's being pushed out, that's being spoken about, right? That's being conversated about. I understand that. And so I also understand that a lot of profound words, because words are just not words to be words. Everything is frequency, everything has energy, everything has motion. So I get it. Sometimes when you are hearing certain words, they do trigger you in a way. It may not be in an extreme trigger. However, it may be a minute trigger. When you hearing words like self-mastery, when you're hearing words like marketing, when you're hearing words like elevating and spirituality and the African diaspora, when you're hearing things about growing, when you're hearing things about science, I understand these things can be overwhelming. I do. I get it. I do get it. However, understand that they are still equally important to be discussed, to be delved deep into. Understand that there's a lot of unqualified, misguided people who are pushing rhetoric, who are further leading people down the unrighteous path and off of a bridge because they themselves do not know what they're talking about. They haven't done the work. They haven't done the studies, right? And so do you put the blame on them, right? Or do you revert that finger and do some self-reflection? After all, aren't you the one that is in control of your life? Ashe, yes. Aren't you the one that's in control of your life? When we talk about taking accountability and we talk about responsibility and we talk about doing the shadow work and doing the spiritual work and we talk about isolating and we're talking about emotional intelligence, do you really understand? Because let me tell you something, I guarantee, and this is with all due respect, no tea, no shade, right? Most of the people who are speaking and attempting to teach you about emotional intelligence do not have a clue as to what emotions are, other than giving you the echo chambered surface level byproduct of what an emotion is, or what an emotion does, or the effect of emotion, which is the emotions are what controlling what your anger, your frustration, your disappointment, your contempt, your all the surface level shit, right? But then how is that information actually helping you? Is anything changing in your life? You become what you consume. Understand that. You become what you consume. What you feed will grow in power, and what you starve will lose its power. And a lot of us, hear me, a lot of us are indirectly feeding the very same people, places, and things who are causing us to further self-destruct. Whether you understand this or not, whether you like it or not, whether you receive it or not, it is in your best interest to learn about it. Why? Because it's affecting you. Every milliliter of a second, your decisions, your choices, your thoughts, your language, your conversations, your every action is affecting you. And for those of us who actually care about our life, those of us who actually say, oh, I love myself, I have self-full love, those of us who actually say we are actually doing the work, those of us who actually say we're calling back our energy, those of us who are actually, right? Are you really? Let's be transparently honest with ourselves. Are we really? Because if that was the case, why aren't you closer to where you wish, want, or desire to be? Why are especially so many of us women still flocking to toxicity, still flocking, still very, very desperate? Why? Come on now, we got to start being transparently honest with ourselves, right? Kiosha says, you are definitely in my mind. And before you say what you were about to say, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love it, sis. Infinite gratitude, my love. Yes. Infinite gratitude for the support follow, my love, right? Please continue to tap the screen, share the live, converse with me, right? Because this I say it again. I do this for us. I am you, you are me, we are we. Together we are powerful, divided we are powerless, right? And so I understand that a lot of things that I'm saying is like I heard that, I heard that, I heard that, I heard that, right? And I get it, right? But you have not heard from Venus, right? Because Venus are amongst the smallest percent, right? The lowest percent of people who are actually qualified, who are actually qualified to teach you, to mentor you, to educate you. Because Venus doesn't offer biased opinions, perspectives, indisputable facts, right? Just to appease you, just to win you over, right? Just to get in your bag, in your pocket, right? And that's important because a lot of y'all are easily swayed to the left, to the right. A lot of y'all are easily get bonded with people who are appealing to your, listen, your fears, your insecurities, your low sense of self-worth, right? They are appealing to what you lack, right? There are individuals, right? Whether they think they're doing good or not, there are individuals who are doing this to a lot of us on a daily basis. And there is far too many of us who are like, ooh, 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 I want it. Ooh, talk to me some more. Not realizing they are pushing poison in your spirit, not realizing that they're pushing poison in your mind, in your body, in your soul, because you don't yet have the information that you need to have to compare what they're telling you to be able to wisely decipher whether it is an indisputable fact or indisputable truth or not. And then to be able to separate your emotions, your energy, emotions, your past experiences to what they're talking about. So yeah, you can chew the meat and spit out the bones, but a lot of us are choking. A lot of us are choking on the bones because you don't know yet. But this is why I'm here, right? This is why those of us like me that are here, right? So I'm not just going to give you the desirable truths. It's not all about motivation and inspiration. It's a part of it, yes. Right? However, if I am and we all are reflections of each other, I cannot just reflect to you the lies, what you want to see, what you desire to be. I cannot and will not only reflect to you what you desire to see, because it is the undesirable things that is causing a lot of us to self-destruct, right? So this is why I say it don't matter how many times you just speak about. You can speak affirmations until you turn blue, baby. You want to know why it's not working? I'm gonna tell you, stick around. You cannot just put together your beautiful vision boards. You want to know why? I'm about to tell you. Stick around. You just cannot have the limited amount of information you have and expect to get different results. It doesn't work that way. And this is what a lot, with all due respect, this is what a lot of coaches, mentors, and educators in this time, which is polarized right now, is indirectly teaching you things that's not going to help you, because they don't even understand certain things. We're teaching about femininity and don't have a clue about what divine femininity is, to the depth in which we are supposed to whenever you are educating and mentoring other people. We talk about masculinity. Again, we talk about energy and emotional intelligence. And now you have a whole lot of people now coming out the woodwork talking about self-mastery. Really? Explain. Give me the depths of it. Don't stay on the shallow end. Don't tell me surface level. Don't give me surface level. Don't give me generic. Explain it. Because if you start asking the hard questions, those who you sit under their tutelage, start asking them questions. Because you're consuming it. It's helping to shape and influence your reality. Start asking them tough questions. Start asking them, what is divine femininity? And I don't want to hear it's being soft, living a soft life. I don't want to hear it's speaking in a mellow, moderate tone. I don't want to hear that it's associated with the color pink or wearing dresses or crossing your legs. I don't want to hear about divine masculinity representing the male. I don't want to hear about divine masculinity if you understand what divine masculinity is and if you're qualified to teach it, but you're only telling me divine masculinity is about protecting and providing. Go deeper, please. Go deeper, please, because all you teaching me is how to damn paddle like a fish out of water. You're not teaching me how to dive deep and be able to breathe where I'm diving to. That's not helping me. It isn't helping. Come on now. It isn't helping. Yes, people getting easily sold with BS. BS. And because we're so desperate, these are some of the reasons why people are so easily unrighteously manipulated. Hear what I say, because things that I say, you have to listen. I want you to start. You don't have to do anything. I retract that. I encourage you to listen to the things that I say. Right? All these things are affecting you. Reasons why people are so easily, unjustly manipulated, easily swayed, are because they are weak-willed, weak-minded, ignorant to some degree. They lack confidence. They lack the information. They lack self-esteem. They lack security. So whenever you are in lack, you are going to not only magnetize your lack, you're sending out a big beacon of light saying, come abuse me, come misuse me, come validate my insecurities, come validate my low self-esteem. It's like wearing a big sign across your forehead that says, hey, I lack. I don't understand. I don't even know who I am. I'm confused. And because you are desperate, you're operating in desperation, because you are operating, thriving, and vibrating in insecurities, because you are operating and thriving in unfulfillment, Because you are operating and thriving in ignorance, guess what? This is what you're going to draw to you via people, places, and things that is going to do what? Continue to feed, right? Whatever those things are. And what is it doing in the back end? It's causing you to go lower and lower and lower and further destruct. I mean, just do the research for yourself, my love. Right? So let's let's get into it. Let's get into it, right? So when it comes to the prompt, the question, do you know why? Do you know why you're not making the money you want to make? Do you want to know the deeper reasons as to why you're not finding the love, the romance, right? Making the connections, forging beautiful relationships. Do you want to know the deeper reason why you're not elevated, why your business is not growing? And the other side of that, if you are making money, if you are finding love, if you are elevating, if your business is growing, whatever it is, I'm just using those things because those are the topics that are polarized. Why is it that we're not maintaining them? What are we hearing today? I'm not the only one. What are we saying? Divorce is at an all-time high. Separation at an all-time high. Situationships all-time high. Poverty at an all-time high. If that's the case, why is the money, the love, the wealth, the elevation, right? The development, the growth playing ping pong in your life? 1 minute you got it, 1 minute you don't. There's no cultivation. There's no maintaining. So when it comes to the deeper reasons why all of these things, pardon me, that I'm mentioning, that's what I come and I want to share with you. Okay. Now let's get into self-mastery. Let's get it. If y'all ready to get into self-mastery, put a 1 in the comment section and let me see them likes go up. Let me see the likes. Let me see the hearts. Put me in the comments. If now let's get into it. If you want to know the answers why. Alicia, hi, my love. How are you, love? I see it. I see it. If you want to know, if you want to learn, these are fundamentals. If you want to understand, if you want to take that next step. I see you, May. I see you, Janet. I see you. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, my loves. I see the ones. I see the me's. It all starts with your decision. All starts with your decision, right? And in the beginning, I mentioned that I'm a best-selling self-published author. My last book, Attracting What and Who You Desire, gives you a lot of the information that I'm teaching now. If you're interested, you're more than welcome to click the link in my bio and check it out. So let's get into talking about self-mastery. If you want to know how to get desired results, if you want to know how to cultivate, because it's one thing to attract, is one thing to manifest your desired results, right? That's one thing. It's a whole entire different thing to now cultivate. Infinite gratitude. Yes, yes, gorgeous. Hi, my love. How are you? Hey. So it's one thing to manifest, to attract, to bring your desired results to fruition. It's a whole entire different thing to understand self-mastery, soul mastery, reality mastery when it comes to cultivating, maintaining. Why? Because what you feed gains power, what you starve loses its power. You do not get to keep what you don't cultivate. Let me say that again in case y'all missed it. You do not get to keep what you don't cultivate. You don't maintain it. What happens if you're a plant mom? What happens? Even if you're not a plant mom or plant dad, what happens when you stop feeding the plant? When you stop watering the plant? When you stop nurturing the plant? What happens? Do you think that plant is going to continue living? Do you think that plant is going to continue flourishing? Come on now. We're intelligent people. Do you think that plant is going to live? It's going to grow, it's going to develop, it's going to grow babies, new leaves, sprout new roots if you don't feed it. So it's one thing to buy the plant. Yeah, you can buy the plant all day. Why? Because everything is in existence. Everything is in existence, no matter what it is, because everything is frequency and everything is energy. However, yeah, you can buy the plant, meaning you can attract the man of your desire. You can attract the woman of your desire. You can attract the money and the wealth. You can attract the opportunities, right? You can attract all of these things. However, if you don't know what to do with them, once you obtain it, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? Infinite gratitude for the support follow. Like, guess what's going to happen? And so this is that ping pong effect that I told you about. And I go back to what I said. It's one thing to attract or manifest the person, place, or thing. It's one thing to bring into fruition what you want, need, and or desire. It's an entirely other thing to cultivate the person, place, or thing, right? And so in all of the teachings and the knowledge that is being polarized and taught, there are a lot of missing fundamental pieces that we're not getting. We're not getting. And so in order for you to understand, you have to understand the 7 principles of self-mastery, which is what I have developed, right? With all the 15 plus years of research, mentoring, and education, this is what I developed. Okay. So I know my TikTok family, I know you're unable to see the presentation. Typically I started like testing out how it would be to use the TikTok, what do you call it, when you're streaming and you can actually show studio, whatever it is, right? The studio, right? However, I actually switched back to doing my lessons and showing the presentations that I put together on my YT and my FB. So if you want to see the presentation in which I'm teaching from right now, you are more than welcome to hopscotch on over to the YT, All Things Self Mastery, which you can do that by clicking a link in my bio. There's a tab that'll, beam you up right on over. If not, you're more than welcome just to stay here. So when it comes to understanding these 7 self-mastery principles, right? You have to ask yourself some very tough questions, right? Are or have you, I'm a fill these in with the roadblocks, right? And so I use the 7 principles and formulated them into questions, because a lot of our roadblocks are because we're not understanding as of yet these 7 principles of self-mastery, right? So number 1, damn it. Number 1, and I know this is, and I forgot to change my my presentation to what I'm supposed to what's supposed to be showing on it. So where you see these green boxes, I completely forgot to remove those. Pardon me, but I can tell you what they are. I didn't mean to keep them covered. It'll all perish if not taken care of. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the very first thing, the very first self-mastery, the 7 principles of self-mastery, the very first one is awareness, right? And so when it comes to you, because you're getting to your desired destination, there's a path to take, right? And on that path, there are going to be roadblocks for various reasons. I'm not going to get into the why the roadblock is there. However, what I would say pertaining to that is I encourage you to have a different or a variety of perspectives when it comes to that. Don't just think from a lopsided mentality. Always do the best you can to incorporate dual perspectives, right? Don't separate one from the other. Use both, because when you're using both, when you're coming from and understand a perspective of duality and polarity, it really would set you up for making the wisest decisions as it pertains to your life and attracting what and who you desire. So when it comes to the roadblock on your path, everything you want, need, and or desire has a specific desired path for that particular specific destination. Are you aware? Awareness is the very first block that a lot of us have on our road, on our path to reaching our desired result. You cannot fight what you cannot see. And I'm not only, when I say see, I'm not speaking about your five senses. I'm speaking beyond that. Remember, I don't like to just speak on surface level. I like to speak from a deeper level, right? So, are you aware? You cannot fight what you cannot see. You cannot comprehend what you do not understand. And so when we're having certain conversations or when you're engaging in certain conversations with people, how are you going to be able to proceed in an effective way of exchanging energies, exchanging conversations, exchanging knowledge and different things like that if you do not comprehend what the other person is saying, or you don't even comprehend the things that you're saying? For instance, how am I going to speak about self-mastery if I only give you the surface level definition of self-mastery? There's no depth. There's no substance. Not at all. So while you are on your path to whatever desired destination, let's say it's money, because that's a huge one. Let's say it is money. Peace, 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 my love, right? Are you aware of the roadblocks? And I'm just going to say that because I won't go into depth about all of these different things because it's just a lot of information. And one of the other reasons is I am also having a 7-week master program starting September 3rd, where I'm going to be diving deeper into this. I can give you fundamental principles and practices. However, you are actually going to have to take every step. And I can take those steps with you, right? You have to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to be willing to grow yourself. You have to make that decision. And we have got one of the things dealing with awareness is that you have to realize that you're operating in such an unawareness as to how energy transfer work, because a lot of us aren't aware. Remember, this is the first principle. This is the first block on your path to get into your desired result. A lot of us aren't aware as to how energy transfer work. We want to continue to take. We want to continue to receive, and only exchanging and giving the bare minimum, knowingly or unknowingly, whether you have good intentions in doing this or not. None of those reasons matter as much as no one is excluded from universal laws and principles. Right? So understand that. So when it comes to the second principle, which is acknowledge, when it comes to the path for your specific, get into your specific desired results, the second principle is acknowledgement. Acknowledge. Are you or have you acknowledged the specific roadblocks dealing with certain things in your life? Like, have you, if it's dealing with confidence, have you acknowledged and fully accepted that you don't have the confidence you need? Have you acknowledged that you don't have the necessary information you need? Have you acknowledged that you are not where you want to be? Have you acknowledged, and are you, number one, are you aware that you are reverting backwards? Are you aware that you're self-destructing? And have you acknowledged, step two, principle two, that you are self-destructing? That's an example. And I'm going to go deeper into this in the 7 weeks applying the law of attraction program. Number three, are you or have you taken accountability for the roadblock? So this particular roadblock is accountability. Because we talk about accountability all the time. Have you truly taken accountability, or are you still blaming other people, places, and things as to why your life and your reality is the way it is? Yeah, self-awareness. That's number one. That's number one. Number two is acknowledge. We're on the third one, which is accountability. So I'm using these 7 self-mastery principles as roadblocks on your path to reaching your desired destination. So I'm using these principles in a dual sense so you can better be able to relate to what I'm saying in regard to you and your path. Hi, Abstract Mind. How are you, my love? Please continue to tap the screen, share the live. Let's keep the algorithm going, right? Have you taken accountability, true accountability, and knowing that the reason, a lot of the reasons, I ain't even going to get into all of that. Let's keep it simple. The main reason why your reality is the way it is, the main reason why you're suffering, the main reason why you're heavily, deeply depressed, the main reason why you are stressed out, the main reason why you don't have no peace in your life, the main reason why you haven't met your partner, your husband, your wife, your whatever it is, the main reason why you are not, why your money keep playing ping pong with you, the main reason why you are repelling certain things, the main reason why is you have not really taken accountability and knowing that you play a big part in the why you are where you are now. You, my loves, played a big part in as to why you were where you were. You, my love, is going to be a huge part of where you are heading to. Even if where you're heading to is self-destruction. Now, I know a lot of us, if you are in your right mind, baby, that's not where you want to go. I know that's not where you want to go. Right? Number 4, acceptance. The 4th self-mastery principle is acceptance. I'm not just simply talking about, I've accepted the fact that I don't have the money that I want to have. Yeah, I accepted that, I'm overweight. I've accepted the fact that I'm not in my dream job or dream career. I've accepted the fact that I may stay. These are some of the things that we're saying. I'm getting these responses and these examples based upon what I'm hearing a lot of us say. Far too many of us say. I've just accepted the fact that I'm just going to be single with 7 cats the rest of my life. I've accepted that I'm not going to be a first generation thousandaire, trillionaire, whatever it is. I've accepted the fact that I'm not going to have a successful business. I've accepted the fact that I'm not going to have a successful career. I've accepted the fact that I'm not just going to have a healthy relationship. I've accepted the fact that I'm just not smart enough. I've accepted the fact that I'm just not worthy enough. I've accepted all of these things, which are the very same things that's keeping you in this dysfunctional loop. So when I'm speaking about the fourth self-mastery principle, acceptance, I'm talking about full acceptance, because until you fully accept the things that are so uncomfortable for you to accept, not you lying about you accept it, that would mean that you're delusional. No, I'm talking about the truth. Because you haven't really accepted the fact that you overweight, because you're constantly talking about how, yeah, I know I'm fat and I'm big girls team and I'm all of this and I'm blah, 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 blah. And you're making joke and light of it. But baby, I know you crying. I know you crying. I know you, a lot of y'all crying and a lot of y'all self-destructing. You cannot attract if you do not magnetize or isn't the magnet for whatever it is you want to attract. If you are not in alignment with whatever your desired destination or result is, guess what? You're not going to get there. So you can keep lying to yourself, lying that you have accepted those limited thought processes, right? But know that is a part of you self-destructing. Know that is a part of you repelling the very same things that you want, need, and or desire. You have to fully accept where you are, fully accept how you are, fully accept your weight. And when a prime example of that is, if I know I'm overweight, this is how full acceptance sound, right? This is how even a half-ass acceptance sound. You know what? I'm overweight right now. It's affecting me in a lot of areas. However, I am beautiful. I am worthy. I want to change. I want to be more healthier. But I don't just believe I'm worthy. I know I'm worthy. And I'm not going to keep lying to myself when I know that that's not how I really feel inside. So when I talk about the fourth self-mastery principle, you have to fully accept, fully embrace, fully love, not just surface level love, fully, right? Only then can you begin to get into energetic alignment to attract what and who you desire. Only then, pardon me, excuse me. Only then can you remove that block, that roadblock on the path to wherever you're getting to, right? Yes, accepting lack. And then we laugh and we joke about it. The fifth principle of self-mastery, right? And I got a couple more, some other things I want to share. So I'm gonna bypass. I'm gonna go through these next fifth, sixth, and seventh step, right? The fifth step is assess. Any successful project manager, when they have been called to take over a company, take over, right? To grow that business. The first thing they have to do is assess. Because without a full assessment of their culture, the company's morals, values, the company's financial projections, the company's financial ledgers, the goals, what all, unless they fully assess the situation, baby, the desired destination, the goal ain't gonna never happen. The sixth self-mastery principle is acquire. Once you've done an assessment of your mental, spiritual, emotional, financial, energetic state in this moment, whatever moment you do this, and you come to the conclusion, then you have to acquire. So the sixth principle is acquiring the necessary information, acquiring the mentorship, acquiring the guidance. And I don't mean just reading books, just listening to any and everybody. Whatever it is you want to master, you have to get mentor or tutelage or be educated from the person who is a master in that particular thing. I am an expert in teaching self-mastery. There's other people who are a master in teaching finances, right? So whatever it is you wish to elevate, whatever it is you wish to master, you have to stop listening to unqualified, uneducated people and stop treating your life like a damn microwave. You cannot put your life in a microwave and in 3 minutes nuke it to your desired result. It don't work that way. It actually causes you to further self-destruct. And the seventh self-mastery principles is, once you did all of those things, once you gained awareness, once you've acknowledged, once you have taken accountability, once you have assessed the situation, once you have gathered the information that you need, acquire the information, right? Then you have to, step 7, apply it and then cultivate it, right? And that's what the program that I'm going to be teaching you in the 7-week self-mastery applying the law of attraction program. That's what I'm going to be teaching you, right? So you have to, it would be wise if you ask yourself the tough questions, right? What is this wall? What is this roadblock? What is the roadblock? What are the roadblocks? What are the traumas? What are all of these things? And these are some of the questions that a mentor, a qualified mentor, can help you get to when it comes to applying these seven principles of self-mastery. Was this wall created to keep people in or keep people out? To safeguard you or safeguard other people? How strong or weak is the wall that you built on this path to get into your desired results? Why did you start building a wall in the first place? Especially, why would you block your own path to get into whatever you want, need, and or desire? And a lot of us are doing this, knowingly or unknowingly. We're building the walls. You built the wall. You built the wall. We're still talking about the roadblocks. You've built the wall. You've built the walls. Do you remember the first brick you laid in the walls you built? And the last undesirable, tough question is, how bad do you want to get to your destination? Because that is going to determine where them bricks go. That is going to determine where your bricks go. Whatever you desire, there is a path to get there, whether it is marriage, whether it is overcoming depression, whether it is direction, whether it is gaining a deeper sense of self-full love, whether it is guidance, whether it is obtaining more peace, whether it is wealth, whether it is overcoming your fears, whether it is putting your what no matter if it's being presented with opportunities, right? No matter what it is, there is a direct path to get to each of these things. However, if you never understand the pieces to the puzzle that are crucial and imperative for you to understand, like frequency, materialization, energy, universal laws and principle, esoteric, pardon me, and esoteric things, You will never see the full scope, and those walls will never be broken down, right? So understand that what you want, need, and or desire requires more than you just speaking affirmations. It requires more than you just creating vision boards. It requires more than you just knowing about your poor behaviors or your good behaviors. What you want, need, and or desire, manifesting those things, attracting those things requires more than just praying, more than just spiritual principles. It requires more than your acceptance. It requires, you cannot be in denial, you cannot be ignorant, and you cannot continue to keep lying to yourself, right? So to get to your desired destination, whatever that is, there's a specific roadmap for everything, right? And so one of the things that I'm going to be teaching on the 7th day of applying the law of attraction masterclass is the AMIA blueprint, right? What is AMIA blueprint, right? If any of you have ever heard of SWOT analysis, which is a crucial element in any business, company, corporation, whatever it is, elevating, scaling, expanding their business, being successful, they use an analysis called SWOT, right? And so much like that SWOT analysis, I have and created the AMIA blueprint. What is AMIA? AMIA represents a goal analyst framework. It is designed to facilitate, pardon me, right, a comprehensive exploration of both internal and external progress, processes, projects, and your personal development. And you get into whoever it is you wish to get to, right? AMIA blueprint is the tool, and it's integral to my mentorship programs. It aids in you creating strategic planning, assessments, right? And purposeful, wise decision making. So AMIA, what it encompasses is the A is for accomplished goal. If when I'm going to be teaching you about what frequency really is, remember, and energy, remember the slide I just showed you, the information, until you understand these fundamental practices and principles, materialization, exoteric things, internal, external, as above, so below, law of cause and effect, law of polarity, law of energy. I can keep going, right? So the A is for accomplished goals. It's not enough for you to just visualize it, think it, speak it, right? You have to understand, right? You have to be where you have to, and you have to do a lot of things, right, to get to your starting point. So your accomplished goal is your starting point. You have to start at the completion point. The M in the MIA stands for mental reframing, mental reprogramming, which is the process that I'm going to be teaching you all how to identify your negative, repelling thoughts, beliefs, and how to replace them so you can get into energetic alignment, right? So you can remove the roadblocks that you built, right? The E is for energy alignment, which is going to strengthen the magnetism, your magnetism of what you want, need, and or desire to draw it closer to you. Not only that, I'm going to be showing you how to apply it. And finally, the A in the MIA stands for application process, applying and cultivating the steps that we learned. And for those of you who understand gematria, MIA is in numerology and in gematria, which symbolizes the frequency of 11, which is one of my favorite numbers. So it is extremely powerful, right? And so understanding those things is how you fix it, right? Is how you fix it. So for those of you who are interested, I'm always going to say this. I'm always going to put it out there. If you are interested in joining the 7-day applying the law of attraction 7-week program, you're more than welcome. Right now, there is a promotion. Instead of it being $197, it is $97 for all training, which is all trainings, the all 7-day training, which is $13, probably a little less, a little more than $13 per training. Or you can just invest in the first day training, which is going to be just as powerful for $19.99. And I did that because even though I was a little taken back and appalled that somebody asked me, can they get the training for free? I'm like, and this is exactly why you need to be in the program, because you still have that mentality and you're not going to get your desired results. Not only that, you're going to continually self-destruct. So, I mean, you can keep playing with those foolish thoughts if you want to. So I said, what I won't do is have it for, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as free. There's no such thing as non-exchange. There's always and have to be an exchange of something, right? And when the exchange is fair and righteous, exchange. So you have a couple of options. And I did that specifically for that individual, right? I didn't curse him out. I didn't go into, I listen. So, because I understand, right? I understand, like I said, I always operate from a dual perspective, right? I understand where people are. However, if you no longer want to be where you are, then you have to understand certain principles. You have to really understand fundamental principles. You have to understand what self-mastery is. You have to understand these missing pieces, or you're going to continually get the same results. Not only that, like I said in the beginning, as infinite organisms, you're either evolving or devolving. You're doing one of the two. There's no such thing as things remaining the same. Everything is always in motion. Everything is always moving, even though you may not physically see it. Things are always moving, always vibrating, so nothing stays the same. So you can keep playing with your life if you want to. It's only going to get you the results that isn't going to make you very happy. And if you're saying you've made a commitment to yourself, if you're saying I love myself, if you're saying you're committed to creating a beautiful life that not only you deserve, that your loved ones, your children deserve, then you would be committed to your own self-development. Ashe? Where we at? Let me see. 8, 9. I did good. I did good. I did good. So this is the part where you can ask any questions if you want to. Thank you all so very much. TikTok, give me a second. I'm gonna stick around over here for a little bit. However, I am going to close out the YT channel. Infinite gratitude for all of those who have joined me. If you learned something, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free. Thank you for being here. And I would just look out for the notifications. I always post a notification or post whenever I'm going live to teach about anything and all things self-mastery. Again, I am your host, educator, and mentor, Venus Scott. And this is All Things Self-Mastery Podcast.